Hello, my name is Ron Cregan. I'm a designer and the founder of Endangered Species. This film is where designers and creative legends talk about branding, the meaning of branding, and how branding impacts on our lives. In 1965, branding was born, and it was born in an agency called Wolff Olins. One of the parents of that agency was Michael Wolff. Michael is a philosopher, he's a humanist, and he's a creative, gifted man. But most of all, he cares deeply about society and about people. In this film, he talks about his insights into branding and how branding has meaning in our lives. He talks about trust, he talks about emotion and feelings, he talks about corporate culture, and he talks about humour. I find him inspiring. I hope you do too.
If design doesn't entertain, or doesn't delight, or doesn't express some sort of emotion, it's probably not going to be as effective as it might be. I read this quote by Maya Angelou: "People will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel." That has stuck with me through all my life, and it is why I think thoughts are less important than feelings in the realm in which we work, which is helping people to make their companies and their products more likable, really, or more desirable. I find humour enormously important in design. I don't know very much about wine. When I see a label like this one, it's called Long Dog, and it just goes on and 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 on. That's a good enough reason for me to buy this bottle, because it amuses me, and I will tolerate the taste of the wine. So I think this is terrific. I love Scotch whisky, especially very smoky Scotch whisky, and because I love it, I love the label. And it goes that way round in a strange sort of way. If the drink itself is very, very idiosyncratic, then I will make the label idiosyncratic in my mind, whatever it's like. So if you start to like something, exactly in the same way as you start to like a person, you will find that you manufacture characteristics and appearances and looks that delight you. You make them up, you invent them. We are the editors of the brands that we enjoy. To me, a brand is a result of how a company or its products behave and taste and look and smell and all the rest of it. A good example of this: if you like a supermarket and you arrive and the product you're looking for isn't there, you blame yourself for being too late. If you go into a supermarket that you don't like and the product isn't there, you blame the supermarket. It's a process of constant judgments, where there's a conflict between numeracy and empathy, and numeracy wins. You then get a deterioration in the quality of the product and then a deterioration in the quality of the brand that people are going to make as a result of that product being there. And the sad thing is that people tolerate degradation in product to an extent that I find absolutely amazing. And I see that degradation in permeating a huge amount of our commercial life in this country and actually all around the world. There's a sort of sense of anti-delight, anti-pleasure, anti-emotion, anti-the celebration of colour, anti-joyousness, which you feel in quite a lot of the larger businesses, I think. And I think that's a great shame. I tend to think of brands as people. Just as I do with people, you find yourself thinking, is this an honest person? Is this person trying to persuade me to think a certain way or to sell me something in a certain way? And I feel very similarly about going into a supermarket. Is this packaging really telling me the truth about what's in this product? Is this store really telling me the truth of how it treats people? Is it the kind of company that as a customer I want to belong to? So the question of trust and judgment and opinion are absolutely fundamental in how companies choose to express themselves in the way they relate to other people. And so for me, Waitrose, for example, has a quality of integrity. I would trust what Waitrose said far more than I would trust our Department of the Environment in our government. Far more. There's just no comparison. I would even trust Sainsbury because I have memory of Sainsbury as a child being a family grocer. I would trust what they would say far more than I would trust a local council, or certainly far more than I would trust a government minister.
Thank you. I hope you found this stimulating. If you would like to know more about endangered species and to join the debate on branding, please just visit our website and get in touch.